bitter criticism. This time, reading the genocide dossier properly, the properly genocide dossier from Al Jazeera. Unfortunately, things are far from settled forever. Peace is far from settled down. Breaking: Netanyahu threatens to resume Israel's war on Gaza if captives not released. Hamas said Israel violated key provisions of the agreement. Breaking news: genocide dossier. How many Palestinians are there? You know, there's an argument from the extreme left wings, which I guess is like a propaganda. They are saying that Israel is losing because it's being 5,000 soldiers, 5,000 dead soldiers, and is just too much. But it's being 50,000 Palestinians. So, understand? So I don't really understand why the leftists are saying all this kind of stuff. And it says top stories: Trump hosts Jordan's king as Palestinians reject forced displacement. Yeah, this time I'm not going to read Trump. I don't want to read nothing about Trump. But where is the genocide dossier? It's hard to find out too. Live updates. Well, there is a live updates of the conflict in Israel, but they are talking about Trump. I guess. Let's just check it out. Trump, Abdullah, Netanyahu. Yeah, I don't know. Look. Let's just to make sure, because I've read the Trump dossier, which I guess it is important, but yeah, I guess this is the genocide dossier in Israel, and says Trump's comments on displacing Palestinians from Gaza faces strong opposition from Jordan and Arab countries. So Jordan is not a vassal, you know, but because there's way too much Gaza for Palestine. Look, there's people in Jordan supporting Palestinians because there will be just too much refugees, I guess. Trump's comments on displacing Palestinians from Gaza faces strong opposition from Jordan and Arab countries. Palestinians in Gaza fear a return of war after U.S. President tells Hamas to free all Israeli captives by Saturday. Trump hosts Jordan's king as Palestinians reject forced displacement. By Alice Sperry and Virginia Pietromarchi, February 11. President Trump meets Jordan's King Abdullah II at the White House as he escalates pressure on the key U.S. ally to take ethnically cleansing Palestinians from Gaza. Second, Hamas says Israeli captives can only be brought home from Gaza if Israel respects the ceasefire deal it has signed. Third, the group has also dismissed the language of threats after Donald Trump said the agreement should be cancelled if all captives are not freed by Saturday. The US president's remarks came after Hamas suspended the next release of captives indefinitely, accusing Israel by violating the terms of the deal. Israel's war on Gaza has killed a confirmed 48,219 people and wounded 111,665, according to the territory's health ministry. Gaza's government media office has updated the death toll to at least 61,709, which is a lot more. 61,000. Yeah, you never know, 61,709 people, saying thousands who were missing under the rubble are now presumed dead. Definitely. What are they doing above the rubble? At least 1,139 people were killed in Israel during the October 7, 2023 attacks, and more than 200 were taken captive. February 11th, 3 minutes ago, Trump-Abdullah meeting, what was left unsaid, by Alan Fisher. It says, let's think about what was unsaid in the meeting between US President Donald Trump and King Abdullah of Jordan. Trump talked about how the people in Gaza have been living in hell, and many of them have been dying every day. But what he didn't say is the reason for that was the war launched by Israel more than 15 months ago, which cost the lives of more than 40,000 people in the Strip. 40,000 people in the Strip. When? 15 months ago. Anyway, King Abdullah also did not say Trump's plan was great or this is something they can work on. He said Arab countries are going to come forward with a plan and they will work with the US, but he didn't say they will accept what the US proposed. The Jordanian king is very smart, and he knew he was not going to get on well if he was going to criticize Trump's plan. What is also clear is Trump believes this is a real estate deal. The idea of a two-state solution no longer exists. He feels that Gaza is a prime real estate to be developed and that international developers will come in and change the face of what many people have for centuries called home. Trump believes if you give Palestinians a few homes, jobs and offices, they will give up their birthright and their land. I will, what they said Trump believes, give me a few homes, jobs and offices. Definitely, I will go whatever you say. Yeah. No jobs in Chile, no jobs in Brazil. Just a wasteland full of rats people. Definitely. We have a photograph here. Palestinians walk past the rubble of destroyed buildings in Gaza City. I don't know, neoliberalism in the global south, Latin neoliberalism is terrible. It's all private. It's all privatized. There's nothing, you can see a city over there, but it's all private. You are absolutely excluded. So definitely, if you see some of these rebels in Gaza City. Rebels in Gaza City. So maybe they're I don't know, all these rubbles. If all that rubble it will be mine, I will change my mind, because who knows? Yeah. 20 minutes ago, Trump King Abdullah meeting. What was said? U.S. President Donald Trump has just received the first leader of a Middle Eastern country, Jordan's King Abdullah II, since his return to the White House. It was also the first visit since Trump announced a controversial plan to forcibly displace Palestinians in Gaza. Here are the highlights of what was said in by the two leaders. First, Trump said Palestinians will live, quote unquote, beautifully and safely in another location that is not Gaza. So yeah, I will listen to Trump. There will be parcels of land in Jordan and Egypt where Palestinians will live, Trump said, adding he's 99% sure he will quote work out something with Egypt too. Work out something with Egypt too. Third, we are not going to buy it, Gaza. We are going to have it. We are going to keep it. We will cherish it, the U.S. leader said. King Abdullah said Arab states will come to the U.S. with a plan without explicitly supporting or opposing Trump's Gaza takeover. Fourth, asked about Israel's plans to annex the occupied West Bank, Trump responded, quote, that's going to work out. Fifth, Jordan's monarch said his country is ready to take 2,000 sick Palestinian children from Gaza. Yeah. 31 minutes ago, U.S. President walks back aid cut threat to Jordan, Egypt. Trump suggests he wouldn't withhold U.S. aid to Jordan or countries such as Egypt and other Arab nations if they don't agree to dramatically increase the number of people from Gaza they take in. Quote, I don't have to threaten that. I do believe we are above that, end quote. Trump said that contradicted the president's previous suggestion holding back aid was a possibility. Abdullah was asked repeatedly about Trump's audacious plan to remake the Middle East, but didn't make substantive comments on it, nor the idea that his country could accept large numbers of new refugees from Gaza. Trump also repeated suggestions the U.S. could come to control Gaza, but said it wouldn't require committing funds and will somehow come to fruition. He added it will be possible under U.S. authority without elaborating what that actually was. Quote, we are not going to buy anything, we are going to have it, end quote, Trump said of U.S. control in Gaza. He suggests the redeveloped area could have new hotels, office buildings and houses, and quote, and we will make it exciting, end quote. I can tell you about real estate. They are going to be in love with it. And there's a photograph. Jordan's King Abdullah left President Trump and Secretary of State of Marco Rubio 42 minutes ago. It says, Trump King Abdullah didn't address quote-unquote ethnic cleansing question by Amda Salhoud. Al Jazeera is reporting from Jordan because it has been banned from Israel and the occupied West Bank. There's a new live update available. Hamas is pure evil, U.S. Secretary of State said. It's a short one. It's just a tweet. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says there is not going to be peace in the Middle East as long as Hamas controls territory and remains the most dominant power there. Hamas is evil, Rubio wrote. It's pure evil. But what Palestinians can do? What Palestinians can do, you know, they're losing 70,000 people. 70,000 people are Palestinians are dead. Al Jazeera is reporting from Jordan because it has been banned from Israel and the occupied West Bank. It's certainly going to be a tense meeting after the two sat down in the Oval Office and took questions from both American and Jordanian press corps. Trump King Abdullah didn't address quote-unquote ethnic cleansing question. There was a reporter who asked Donald Trump, quote, Is this ethnic cleansing of the Palestinian people? The people in the Middle East are calling it that they are calling it that, and they are against it, end quote. And he, of course, deflected those questions by saying that he's been saying this entire time that the Palestinians are going to quote-unquote love where they are going to be, without acknowledging whatsoever that Palestinians are tied to their land. That this is a conflict that is tied to the land. It's not a religious holy war. It's about the land that was occupied by Israeli forces several decades ago. But it's interesting that King Abdullah didn't exactly give this direct response like he has been over the last several weeks, because he knows it wouldn't be wise to do that in front of Donald Trump, in front of the cameras. But the position of Jordan has been quite clear, that Gaza is going to remain Palestinian land, that Palestinians are not going to leave. And there's a lot of photos. 1 hour ago, photos. Palestinians evacuated from Gaza received treatment in Egypt. Palestinian children and other patients in need of urgent care received treatment at Al-Arish Hospital in Egypt after being allowed to leave Gaza as part of the ceasefire agreement. A lot of Palestinians in the UCT, in the emergency, in the hospital.